If you would like to grow, stress less, earn more money, capitalize on this thing called the creator economy, I'm here to make the internet your friend. I am your personal branding coach, and this is Nez Nation Live. You can ask me anything you want. It's that time, y'all, so make sure you come on back and get your questions ready because I'm going to answer all of them. Woo! Welcome, everybody. Good to see you. It's that time again. Every Sunday we go live. Podcast listeners, we want to see you here. We go live every Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes we do pop-up lives. Sometimes we do impromptu lives. Sometimes I release videos at odd hours and times and days. So you want to make sure that you don't miss anything. Welcome to Nez Nation Live Office Hours, where you get to ask me anything. This channel, this platform is all about helping you grow your impact and your income online. If you're looking to advance your career, you're stuck in a job or a position or a culture that does not give you purpose, and you're trying to figure out how can I get that edge, this show is for you because it helps if you have a standout personal brand. If you're a content creator, if you're a business owner, if you're somebody who is a freelancer, a solopreneur, somebody who's looking to build a brand online, this show is for you. I've been doing this for 2 decades now. I've been a business owner, author, speaker, teacher, professor. It just goes on. And I'm just so excited to see you guys. Welcome to the show. There is a pinned questionnaire in the chat. If you can, I'd like to see how we're doing over here on Amazon Live. We're on Amazon Live too. Come on in. Make sure you share this out too, guys. I'd really, really appreciate it because, sharing is caring. We got a lot to talk about today. We have a lot, and I mean a lot to talk about today. I'm very, very excited. So good to see you guys. Welcome, one and all. I'll do a roll call in just a second, but if you wouldn't mind sharing the stream out, I would really, really, really appreciate it. It would mean the absolute world to me. I am really, really excited to talk about a couple of things before we get started. If you're new here, by the way, if you're totally brand new, you've never been on our channel, you've never, been to a Nez Nation live stream, I just want you to know a couple of things. This is a safe, comfortable, free zone where you get to express yourself respectfully, express yourself freely. You can ask any question you want using the pinned questionnaire in the comments. The pinned questionnaire should be there on LinkedIn. We're live on LinkedIn, Amazon, YouTube, Facebook. You should be able to see those there. If you want to come on over to YouTube, feel free. Amazon, so happy to see you guys. If you see those product carousel down there, we also, by the way, we have our podcast now on Amazon Music. Thank you to Chris Stone. Thank you to Jim Fuse. You guys rock over at Dealcasters Media. You can ask me anything you want, any question at all. And the title of this stream, I'm going to talk a little bit about what's happening with Twitter and what's happening with LinkedIn. I'm going to talk about that first, and then I'm going to take your questions. I'm just so excited. We have such a fun time. This is, a lot of the times we think of content creation, we think of live streaming, and it's like, are you having any fun? Like some people, they think it's like almost like an obligation or a duty or something that, you have to do because everybody else is doing it. Don't forget, guys, this is supposed to be fun. And the mantra, the mission statement here at Nez Nation is bringing more humanness to this digitalness. And that includes everything. That includes laughter, sorrow, beauty, everything. We try to be very real here. And you're welcome. This is a comfortable place. I want you to feel like you are a part of the family. I want you to be a part of that Nez Nation family. And yes, smash that like button. Good to see you, Super Dave. Fantastic. Super Dave is in the house. We got the best mods in the squad. Hey, camera junkie, can you see what I'm wearing? I gotta pull this up. This is from Lewis. I was so excited when my wife said, "Hey, you got something in the mail." And I got this beautiful shirt from Mr. Camera Junkie, our main mod down there. Good to see you, Lewis. How are you? Upgrade your skills. Let me pull this shirt up. Upgrade your skills right there. This is an awesome shirt. I love this, by the way. And, we talk about the creator economy. We talk about all the different ways that you can really monetize your expertise, all the different ways that you can earn more, grow faster, and stress less in this beautiful thing. I am your creator economy ambassador. I am living proof that you can do this, and you don't have to be somebody who's super, I don't know, super young or super talented, super pretty, all of those things. I mean, I mean it. You don't even have to be super talented. You just have to really understand what it is that you possess that somebody out there could really get value from, and create that awareness, create a story. Okay, speaking of the theme of the show, stories, that resonates with them. That's literally it. That is literally the name of the game. And one of those ways to earn an extra revenue source or extra income per month is by starting your very own merchandise, e-commerce, print-on-demand business. I mean, people are crushing it on Shopify. Obviously, you see amazing YouTubers, amazing content creators, not just YouTubers, who are doing this, with their merch shops, etc. I've got a merch shop down below. This is one of those coffee cups right there, Nez Nation coffee cup, which you can get down below. It's morning time here on the West Coast. But yeah, it's just fantastic how many ways you can do this. And I just want to say a big thank you to you, Lewis. Lewis, feel free to leave a link, by the way, in the chat if you want to leave a link to your awesome merch shelf. I know that you've got some great stuff going on there. You're doing fantastic. Lewis is an amazing content creator. And by the way, go check out his channel. Go check out his channel because he's got an amazing, amazing channel all about helping you understand the different tech, especially with cameras. He's helped me with my camera. And so just super, super excited to see you, man. And welcome. It's so good to see you. And please feel free to leave that in the chat down below. Brian in the house. DK4K is in the house. Nathan, good to see you. My man Yuri, Russian prototype. You want to know everything about dating? You want to know everything about Russian men? You want to know everything about communication, charisma, relationships, emotions that go with that? You got to check out my man, Yuri, over at Russian Prototype. It's good to see you, Yuri. Wow, great to see you, Ahmad. Fantastic. Welcome to the Nez Nation membership. Good to see you, brother. Fantastic. Make sure you share this out, y'all. Make sure that you are hitting that like button. We're going to get to the first order of business very, very soon. And by the way, don't forget, please, please, please leave your questions. If you have any questions, we got a great question. We got a couple of questions from last week that I'm going to get to. I hope Ender is here. Ashton, are you in the house? I hope he is. His question sounds really, really awesome. We're going to get to that in a second. But please, by all means, yeah, you know what? This shirt feels fantastic. It's actually really great quality. It's really great material. Really proud of you, Lewis. And yeah, here's the link right here. Make sure you check that out for Mr. Camera Junkie. pressandsew.com/MCG. Yeah, check that out. Podcast listeners, check that out. Guys, I don't know if you know this or not, but we do have a podcast. We do have the podcast, and I do have... Hey, Setuid over on Amazon. Good to see you. Branding is important, and continuing that branding across all your socials. When it's all over your face, it becomes background, like banner. I use Linux. Very cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Setuid. So what I have highlighted right now on Amazon is our podcast, and I want to share this with you guys too, because I think a lot of you guys don't realize that we do have the #1 rated personal branding podcast, all about helping you earn more, grow faster, and stress less in the creator economy. Whether you want to advance your career, grow your very own online business, we're helping you to grow your impact and income online. And so all of these shows end up on the podcast. All of the interviews end up on the podcast. We're on Spotify. We're on Google Podcasts. We're on Apple. And now we're on Audible and Amazon Music. And it's all free. So go check out our podcast. If you haven't, go to professornez.com/podcast, or what you can do is just open up your favorite podcast listener and just click that. That's all you got to do. And search for Nez Nation Live, search Professor Nez, and you'll see this logo right there. That is our logo on all the podcasts. Personal branding with yours truly, Professor Nez. Chris Stone in the house on Amazon. Good to see you. Thank you so much, Chris. It's all because of these guys, Dealcasters Media. Everybody needs to go follow Dealcasters Media. You know, I've said this before. I've said it again. George Fisher, great to see you on LinkedIn. Happy Labor Day. Good to see you, sir. Fantastic. Always good to see you. You know, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I've been in this business for a long time, and it's always an honor to meet real good people, and that is one of them right there. Chris Stone and Jim Fuse over at Dealcasters Media. If you haven't been paying attention to this channel over the last couple of, if you haven't been paying attention to this channel over the last couple of weeks, then you really missed out on some amazing things, because, guys, this is what we talk about all the time. We talk about, coming up with innovative ways, utilizing all of these resources, utilizing all of these amazing opportunities that you have, where, again, it's not coconuts and yachts. It's not, let's go online, you're going to be a millionaire tomorrow. All I got to do is post some videos on YouTube, post some Instagram Reels, go on TikTok. I'm going to be a millionaire tomorrow. I mean, I'm talking very practical, anchored in reality things, like maybe getting an extra $200, $300 a month. How many people, give me a hashtag yeah in the chat. How many people could use an extra $200, $300 a month? And that's really mildly putting it. I mean, the potential is you could get maybe an extra $1,000, $2,000 a month, if not more. And Amazon Live is something that I have just been so enamored with, and with huge thanks to Chris and Jim over at Dealcasters Media, I'm now set, I'm now cooking, I'm live on Amazon, I've got my products, I've had my Amazon influencer store for a really, really long time, but now incorporating video on Amazon, it's the greatest era to be alive, y'all. It's the greatest era to be alive. Go check out those shows too. Go check out those shows on our YouTube channel or podcast, because they are just fantastic shows where I interview the great Chris Stone and Jim Fuse over at Dealcasters. You got to check that out. Thank you so much, Imad, for becoming a member. So good to see you, brother. Always great to see you. Thank you so much. Good to see you, Jonathan. Super Dave in the house. Seti. No, you did not miss a sneeze yet. And don't bring it up, because if you talk about it, now I can already feel I'm going to sneeze. Where's Sweeney? Sweeney, are you in the house? Sweeney, get over here. Okay. The title of this stream. Let's talk about this. The title of this stream, Holy Macadamia Nut. Thank you so much. It looks like, is it Satuid? It starts by passively paying down one bill, then another, and another, until you're liberated with passive income. I love the way you think. You're definitely a part of the Nez Nation family. Welcome to it. And I hope I'm saying that right. Correct me if I don't, what your name is. I'd really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's start with this. This is huge. Well, it's not really huge. How many people even knew there was such a thing as LinkedIn Stories? Let me know in the chat down below. How many people even knew there was a Stories feature? If you don't know what Stories is, where the heck have you been? No, I'm kidding. I said there wasn't any dumb questions on this show. I may stand corrected. Stories is a fantastic way to really humanize your brand and really bring a little extra personal touch. Invite more people into your backstory. Obviously, Snapchat, really dropped the ball back in 2016, where, Instagram just said, hey, we're going to take this to a whole nother level. And they really did. And then Facebook did it. And then, I'm not saying Snapchat is, obviously Snapchat still has a very strong presence, especially with Gen Z. But it's really interesting to see how all these different companies started to adopt this. And, it's something that I always say is, it's not just a matter of taking or adopting a new feature. It's understanding how it fits in with your culture. And I think what's really interesting and kind of, the title of this stream, we talk about this. I'm going to get to your questions too. The pinned comment, there's a small questionnaire. Leave your question. I'm going to answer all your questions. But looks like DK4K says, I knew LinkedIn sends notifications for every first story of your connections. Yeah. Never used it, but excellent thumbnail. Thank you so much, Seti. I appreciate that. Coming from you, that means a lot. Seti is a phenomenal creator, especially on YouTube, but he does so much. He's a great educator, teacher, influencer. He's rocking it. Yeah, LinkedIn Stories had a lot of potential. Well, as the title of this show suggests, LinkedIn is now shutting down LinkedIn Stories. Here's the official word right here as explained by LinkedIn. Listen to this, guys. We introduced Stories last year. This is LinkedIn now, their official statement. We introduced Stories last year as a fun and casual way to share quick video updates. We learned a ton. Does this sound familiar? You guys remember when we talked about Twitter fleets? What a bad idea that was. And I'm happy that they owned up to that. We've learned a ton. Now we're taking those learnings. This is the interesting part, to evolve the Stories format into a reimagined video experience across LinkedIn that's even richer and more conversational. I know a lot of you guys, we love talking YouTube, right? Glasses are coming off. Glasses are coming off. You know what that means. We talk a lot about YouTube. I still think YouTube is the greatest platform on planet Earth. It's the greatest place to still get the right kind of reach because their recommendation system is just so perfect. TikTok is great, don't get me wrong. Instagram Reels is starting to follow suit. But, in LinkedIn, you still have a great reach if you can create really high quality videos. Amazon, you talk about an untapped market. Maybe Amazon Live is something for you, or even Amazon Video, which we haven't really delved too deep into. But you guys don't drop the ball on LinkedIn because, one of the things that is another powerful resource for you as a content creator and business owner, if you're trying to build that awareness for your business, if you're trying to build, a little more of that storytelling aspect where people can not only become more aware of you, but actually opt into your mission and your why, one of the greatest ways to do that is by utilizing the power of LinkedIn, which is like the number one business website on planet Earth. I've said this before that, Twitter is a great place to reach out to brands and businesses, but LinkedIn, I would say, is probably the best place to reach out to brands and businesses. And if your LinkedIn profile, and I've got a ton of videos, I've got an entire playlist on my YouTube channel, all about LinkedIn branding, everything from the profile. And I haven't even talked about what I'm going to say in just a second. But there's just so much that you guys, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. That would be a huge mistake, to put all your eggs in one basket, okay, and just focus on YouTube or just focus on podcasting or just focusing on Amazon Live. And again, it really depends on how bad you want it. It depends on what your objective is, what your goals are. But I know a lot of you, Nez Nation, because you guys are all sophisticated professionals, business owners, content creators. Most of us would love to do what we do full time. Most of us would love to do this full time, right? And so don't drop the ball on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the number one business hub. It's not Facebook. I don't even know if you could call LinkedIn a social media platform. It's where company decision makers go. It's where networking, B2B, thrives in its best manifestation. It's a great place to reach out to partnership managers, social media managers of specific companies, executives of specific companies, founders, and start building relationships if you do it in the right way. Actually, I'm going to be doing a whole new video on how to reach out to people on LinkedIn because I get this question all the time. But yeah, LinkedIn stories. So let me get back to this. But this is an interesting. I want to come back to this because I am really curious what this means right here, where they said we're taking those learnings to evolve. You know what? I'm going to bring this up on the stream here, so you guys can see this. This is from a section of their official statement. I'm going to bring this up on screen. This is really, really interesting. We're going to get to your questions too, y'all. Make sure you leave your question in the pinned comment. This is from LinkedIn. This is a part of their official statement of ending stories. We're taking those learnings to evolve the stories format into a reimagined video experience across LinkedIn that's even richer and more conversational. So it sounds to me that LinkedIn really understands the power of video. I talk about this all the time, why I think YouTube, why I think live streaming and video content is the number one way to humanize your brand, is the number one way to accelerate trust with your ideal customer, target audience, ideal avatar. LinkedIn has started creator mode, which I don't know if you guys are aware of that. I got a whole video on my channel talking about that. This is an interesting statement. We need to come back to this, but let me finish the statement. Let me finish the statement. We want to embrace mixed media and creative tools of stories in a consistent way across our platform. I mean, a lot of this is just a nice way of saying we blew it with stories and we're going to end it, but that's why I wanted to highlight that sentence. While working to integrate it more tightly with your professional identity. As a result, here's the rub. LinkedIn Stories in its current form will be removed at the end of September. So that's big. That's big. Chris Stone says, tweet fleets reminded me of all the past failed physical music configurations. I was a part of. Know when to cut the cord. I love that. Seti says, I think it's a brilliant example how these large companies are making data-driven decisions. And if stories aren't working, kill it. We should adopt this in our content creation. Exactly. I love the way you said that. I really, really love the way you said that, Seti. We should embrace it. We should understand that evolution. We should understand that experimentation is a must. Audience interests change. Platforms change. Brands need to change. Everybody needs to evolve. It's extremely, extremely important. Yeah, I love this from Setuid, I think, on Amazon. Analytics and statistics, data-driven, and using a good method is key. A map is only useful if you know where you are on it. Beautifully said. Love the way you said that. There's so many examples of this. There's so many examples of this in real life where if you don't adapt, it is all over. You look at brick and mortar. You look at JCPenney. You look at the malls across America. You look at Walmart. I mean, look at what Walmart has done. Amazon has forced Walmart, the greatest behemoth, the Goliath in the retail commerce space. They owned that vertical before Amazon showed up. And look at Walmart. Walmart is Walmart is going to be starting to do video as well and starting to do Walmart. You're going to be able to do Walmart Live. You can start selling your products and services on Walmart, just like on Amazon. They've adopted memberships, just like Prime. They understand that e-commerce is everything, that the internet is not a fad. The internet is not going to go away, that if anything, it's going to usurp or replace brick and mortar. Look at what COVID has done. COVID has really accelerated the inevitable as well. There's so many, that's just one small microcosm of an example. And I love the way you said that, Seti. If it's not working, then leave it alone, then change it. Then don't worry about trying to fix it. Don't feel beholden to that decision. I applaud Twitter. I applaud LinkedIn. Because as somebody who uses LinkedIn a lot for his business, I didn't use stories ever. This is kind of interesting to come back to shorts, YouTube shorts. Because I'll tell you this right now, TikTok is not going anywhere but this way. TikTok is not going anywhere but up. TikTok has created such a phenomenon a culture that can never be duplicated, a culture that can never be replaced, TikTok is going up. I mean, they are going up. And all these other companies are scrambling. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube are scrambling to keep up. And even though Shorts is proving that it is a fantastic feature on YouTube, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. It's going to be interesting to see how Instagram Reels plays out, how Snapchat Spotlight plays out. Because I, for one, believe this could be an example of maybe the perfect example that if you don't know your company culture and you're just, instead of adapting, you're adopting, that could create major problems and, consistent failure. And nobody wants that. So interesting stuff. Christine, good to see you. Christine says, how long should LinkedIn intros be? I've taken your advice and started introducing PM-themed posts, project management themed posts. Very good. Okay, this is a good question. Now, Christine, we do have other questions. I'm going to get to that question, so I want you to stick around, but I'm going to answer that question, okay? And, one thing I could say really quickly, Christine, in response to that question is, your intros are something that should be, you always want to go for quality over quantity, right? And so your intro should never be something of a length-oriented decision. It should be a quality decision, and it should always be based on the viewer, the audience. So you've heard me say this 1,000,000,006 times, and here comes the 1,000,007th time. Keep it concise. It should be as short as it needs to be. It should be as long as it needs to be. It should not be something that, a lot of people have short attention spans, and it should be only as long as it needs to be. If you're talking like an intro, like, hi, let me introduce myself. I mean, I don't even know if you even need that, to be honest. If you're talking about an intro like this, like something like this, like a graphic overlay or something like that, I mean, less than 5 seconds. Keep it very, very short. CK Cronies in the house. Good to see you, CK. Construction Cronies in the house. Yeah, ditch the intros. Get right to the good stuff. I agree with CK. CK is an amazing... See, this is what happens when you come to a Nez Nation Live. You don't just get me, who's been doing this for decades. You get amazing content creators, business owners. The Nez Nation family is numero uno, y'all. You just can't deny the power of this awesome community. I appreciate you guys so, so much. I love you guys. And so I agree with CK. Ditch it completely. You don't even need it. I like branding. I like a feel that your platform and your brand should have. That's great. But honestly, get into the goods, because attention spans are shrinking, and they're just going to keep shrinking. They're not going to get longer. One thing I can almost guarantee is attention spans are never going to get more expansive. They're not going to get longer. They're just going to get more shorter. That's why you're seeing TikTok. That's why you're seeing these platforms dominate. There was a time when, I'm not saying long form content is dead. Of course not. It's not going anywhere. This is long form content. Some people like this. It depends on the audience. But, I would definitely say, just to answer your question in a very fast way, Christine, that if you're trying to build your brand on LinkedIn and you're trying to do project management themed posts, especially if it's video content, just get right into the goods. Do the intro at the end. Good to see you, CK. Make sure you smash that like button and share this out, because sharing is caring. I'd really appreciate that. So getting back to this statement, don't drop the ball on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn has introduced creator mode. They're really going all in on video. They introduced LinkedIn Live in spring of 2019. I'm live on LinkedIn right now. Think about LinkedIn as a way to diversify your content strategy. Think about that. Just think about it. I'm not saying you have to do it, but think about it. It starts with a very well-developed and story-driven LinkedIn profile. Again, I've got videos that will help you with that. But think about it. Don't let that go by. Okay, our next story. talking about the creator economy. Is this just a, it's really interesting. How many people here, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the chat. Is this an opportunity or is this just a money grab here? I don't know. I want to get your opinion. I'm really not sold on this yet. Twitter, okay? Twitter is trying to add their, skin in the game to the creator economy. And Twitter has just added super follows, which then in turn turn into super tweets. So we got super chats, super stickers, super thanks, which I don't have yet, YouTube, for love of God. Superstars, I think, on Facebook or whatever. You've got GIFs on TikTok. You've got all these ways to monetize as a creator, as a brand, as a company. Now Twitter is entering the foray, and Twitter is launching super follows. So what do you think about this? Super follows is let me first tell you what it is, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Twitter has officially launched its super follow option with selected creators in the US, now able to charge a monthly fee for exclusive extra tweet content for their biggest fans. So this is something that, and I'll tell you what the parameters are and how you can get this, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. This is what Twitter said. Twitter said through super follows, people can set a monthly subscription of $2.99, $4.99, or $9.99 a month to monetize bonus behind-the-scenes content for their most engaged followers on Twitter. So again, Patreon, memberships on YouTube. I mean, starting a membership program just on your own hub, your own website, buy me a coffee, donation buttons for PayPal. You know what I mean? Like there's so many ways to skin this cat. There's so many ways to, earn money in this creator economy and do, full time as a content creator, full time. It's a business. Guys, content creator is not just an arm of your company anymore. Content creation is not just a marketing strategy anymore. Content creator is its own entity now. If you're a content creator, you're naturally a business owner. You have to be a business owner if you're a content creator. And actually the same principles apply of know, like, trust, audience development, service mindset, all those things that we talk about ad infinitum on this channel. I don't know about this one though. I really don't. Set to Eat says on Amazon, that sounds like BTAAS, branded tweets as a service. Really interesting. I like the way you said that. Yeah, really interesting points there on Amazon. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Here's the interesting thing. Creators can claim up to 97% of any payments, up to $50,000 in total earnings. But here's the rub. Here's the catch. After they reach 50K, the creator cut drops to 80%. Now, YouTube takes 30% of super chats. They also take 50% of ad revenue, but they take 30% of super chats, super stickers. I think they're going to take 30% of super thanks. I think that's pretty exorbitant. I don't know if I like that, but it's really, really interesting. I don't even know how many of you use Twitter, but this is really, really interesting stuff. Talking about, Twitter kind of entering the game of, helping, really incentivizing creators. Here's the good news. The good news is whatever you think about this or not, and let me know if you're a Twitter user. I actually love Twitter. I love fast text, getting people's thoughts. To me, Twitter is not necessarily a content creation platform as it's the conversation. It's the water cooler social media platform. It's creating relationships. It's conversational. I like that. I don't check out videos on Twitter. Again, knowing your culture. Stories died on LinkedIn and Twitter because that's not the place for that. Twitter is about rapid fire texting and conversations. TikTok is the vertical video king. YouTube is all about, an experience and really kind of a more richer experience of consuming video, learning, informational, entertainment, and also search-based content. Facebook is family and friends. Instagram is kind of like, sort of like, it's branded, but it's also a way to really, much like I would say Facebook, it's also a great way to connect and build relationships and hang out with friends and family. It's also, it's a great business place too. Instagram is one of those kind of in-betweeners where it's very, very difficult to grow on Instagram. But it's also, it's also got such a great UI UX and such a great stories. I love Instagram stories. It's a great way to connect with people behind the scenes, a great way to connect with people on a very fast 15-second, story-based video content fashion. Know your culture. It's about knowing your culture. And so that's really interesting to me. What are your thoughts? Do you guys use Twitter? Okay, so Camera Junkie says, Lewis, yes, Twitter is great for networking. I love that. Let's see. Seti, have not looked into LinkedIn video, but always approach LinkedIn from a professional point of view. Love that. I think they failed with the name. We would have sounded better as a members feature instead. Yeah, that's really interesting. Seti says, I don't feel Twitter is the platform for membership programs. Patreon works great. YouTube channels are excellent. It's where people are. Super thanks. I would love that, but don't have it. I don't have super thanks either. It really bums me out. And I'm in the US. Yeah, Twitter is that great conversation, I believe. This is interesting. It would be interesting to see how this plays out. My honest opinion, I don't think this is something that is going to work out long term on Twitter. But I could be proven wrong, and I'd be happy to be proven wrong. And here's another thing I want to say about the parameters, just in case you're interested. Profiles must have 10,000 followers or more. Creator must be at least 18 years old. And creator must have tweeted at least 25 times within the last 30 days. That's kind of interesting. Super follows. Here's the thing. Whether it's successful or not, to me, is inconsequential. The point of the matter is that these platforms are finally realizing that if you don't incentivize creators, if you don't pay creators, there's all these other options. Seti brought up super thanks, super chats, memberships on LinkedIn, Patreon, TikTok Creator Fund, the YouTube Shorts Creator Fund, Buy Me Coffee. Facebook pays their creators, AdSense and paid events, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Instagram pays their creators, and they're starting to get more into that creator economy. The beautiful thing is that we want these companies to keep trying to innovate, because it sends the message that the creator economy is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. If anything, it's going to become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And Netflix is a perfect example of this too. Netflix really started the game here. They really started the game here. And Netflix is actually paying content creators. Amazon is paying content creators. So, this is really, really huge. Hey, Jove's Barber. Joe's Barber watching from, is that Serbia? I'm sorry, I apologize if I got the flag wrong. Great to see you. Where are you watching from? Great to have you here. Welcome. It's good for us as content creators. It's good for us as online business owners. So here's a question. Christine, I don't know if you're still here, but here's a question from Ender, which I think is really interesting. I'm going to put this up on the chat. By the way, guys, really, really quickly, before I do that, if you're just joining us, you're watching Office Hours with yours truly. Okay, we're talking LinkedIn stories, we're talking storytelling, we're talking creator economy, we're talking Twitter super follows. This is a channel all about helping you grow your impact and your income online. Whether you want to advance your career, whether you want to start and grow your very own business, everything is happening in this thing called the internet. And if you don't understand that people are searching for you, people are buying from you, people are networking with you online, then you're living in 1996. I don't want you living in 1996. I want you to be here in 2021 and beyond. And so I'm here to make the internet your friend, where if you tell your story effectively, you can make serious money and do something that you love rather than something you dread. Well, what do you mean, Nez, by advancing your career? I don't even know what how does branding myself help me? From the Philippines, good to see you, Jobs. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. From the Philippines, great to see you. Well, Nez, what do you mean advancing your career? How does this help me to advance my career? How does branding myself or creating content help me online? It's this thing called building authority in your space. Christine is a perfect example. If you want to really stand out and earn the kind of money that you think you deserve and give yourself an edge, you got to go beyond a two-dimensional context, which is resume, degrees, certificates. You've got to three-dimensionalize yourself. And it doesn't have to be video. You could do articles, you could do blogs, you could do podcasting content, you could do photographic content, you could curate content from other sources. Building your thought leadership makes you invaluable. But another thing is it builds awareness and it accelerates trust and it displays and shows who you are beyond a piece of paper. That's why building and crafting your story, building your personal brand is essential in today's era. You want to take advantage of the creator economy. I need to know who you are. If I don't know who you are, how am I going to pay you? How am I going to hire you? So building a personal brand, which is essentially you communicating your story, it's modern communications. That's all it is. It's just modern storytelling. If that makes sense. I've got tons of stuff, tons of content talking about this too. Never mind being a business owner. Never mind being a content creator. Never mind, starting your own e-commerce store or shop or retail entity. Advancing your career, climbing up the ladder, earning more, growing faster. It's essential on these platforms. Essential. Good to see you. Thank you so much. I hope I'm saying that right. Jobs Barber. Hey, Anthony Locke in the house. Good to see you, Anthony. Welcome to Nez Nation Live. Great to see you, brother. Awesome member of the Nez Nation family. So here's a great question. By the way, if you have any questions, leave your question in the questionnaire form and I will get to it. It's pinned in the comment down there. Leave your question there. I would really, really appreciate it. So we have another question here. This is from Ender. Where's Ashton? Somebody get Ender over here. Share this on Twitter. You guys, I would really appreciate if you could share this on Twitter. It would really mean the world to me. Please do that if you don't mind. Let's get Ender over here because this is a question that Ender asked last week, I believe, and I wasn't able to get to it. And so Ender asks, what do you think? Christine, if you're still here, this relates to you too. This relates to you too. And this is huge, by the way. This is a huge question. I love this question, Ender. I love this. What do you think the best way to improve retention drop at the start of the videos? Love this. Love this. The best example that I can think of is, when somebody clicks on your video, Mr. Beast is a perfect example of this. Every single time Mr. Beast puts out a video, okay, first person to leave this circle gets $100,000, $500,000 or whatever, right? What does he do in the first 3 seconds of the video is he delivers on that promise. So what do I mean by that? If somebody was compelled to click on your video, if somebody felt, wow, love that title, love the topic, love the thumbnail, I'm clicking on Ender's video, right? That means you've done a great job of communicating that this is relevant to you and you need to watch this. And that starts with the topic, then the thumbnail, then the title. And so you don't want to squander that attention. You want to really take advantage. Like that's a huge thing that somebody has actually clicked on your video. I don't think people understand this. That's an insane thing, actually, if you think about it. Like you were able to enact change. You transformed behavior. Do you understand this? This is huge. You have to understand this. You transformed behavior. Somebody was scrolling. Somebody was browsing. You made them stop and click. Huge. But it's just the beginning of this journey. It's just the beginning of the work, okay? You don't want to squander that attention. Whatever you do not want to squander that attention. Take advantage of that. And so what you want to do is you want to deliver. Make sure that when they click on that video, that you are delivering on the promise of the value you propose to give them. So, for example, when I start this show, right, Ask a Personal Branding Coach Anything, I don't do a 20-minute intro saying, hey, I'm Professor Nez. I'm a personal branding coach. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. I'm a father. I'm a professor. I also had breakfast this morning. I have 3 brothers. I've got a mother and father that live an hour away from me. I've got, 2 kids. I like basketball and tennis, and I love long walks on the beach. It's like, that's 20 seconds. They're gone. They are gone. If you want to increase your retention, okay, deliver the promise that you proposed in your title, thumbnail, and your topic. You got to get right into it. You can still introduce yourself, but yes, very well said by Mr. Camera Junkie Lewis. It's the hook. You got to hook them in. So whenever I start this show or any of my videos, click on any of my videos. I start with, if you want to earn more money, I start with you. I don't start with me. If you want to earn more money, if you want to grow faster, if you want to stress less, you've come to the right place, because I'm going to show you how you can grow your impact and your income online. Let's get right into it. It's got to be fast. I'm not saying you don't have an intro. I'm not saying you don't have branding. Branding is important, but you've got to really encapsulate that attention, and you've got to really deliver. And so one of the ways to do it is to get right into the good stuff. Mr. Beast does this phenomenally. In the first 10 seconds, 3 seconds, he says, we're going to give away $500,000. You clicked on this thumbnail because it said I'm giving away $500,000. And he starts by just literally saying what he's going to do. We're going to give away $500,000, and this is how we're going to do it. Boom, he gets right into it. I love this from Setuid. I hope I'm saying that right. On Amazon says, think of it like a brick and mortar store. Someone walks in your store. How do you capture them? Keep them walking the aisles and make a purchase. I love the way you said that, Setuid. Beautiful. That is absolutely fantastic. I really love the way you said that. Great, really great way of saying that, because that's perfect. And also put yourself in their position. Put yourself in the viewer's shoes. What makes you look at your own behavior? What makes you bounce off a video? What makes you click away? What makes you X out of that video or that blog or that podcast or whatever? What is it that keeps you retained? One of the things that I would really study this, even more than Mr. Beast, especially if you want to grow on YouTube. I think if there's one guy who has nailed YouTube to the bone, it's Eric. How many people know who Eric is? Give me a 1 in the chat if you know who Eric is. And by the way, this translates not just to YouTube. It translates to, your website, your landing page. It translates to your blog post. It translates to the very first 2 sentences of your LinkedIn article, the very first page of your resume. It translates to all your marketing, advertising content. The first 3 seconds are essential. How many people know who Eric is? Because this is not just for YouTube. What Eric does in the first 5 to 10 seconds of his videos is he really does a great job of making sure that there is not one mundane second to his videos. I'm not saying you need to be Eric. I'm not saying you need to do what he does with all the jump cuts and the text and the flying emojis and et cetera, and the humor and the entertainment. But this is what I mean. This is exactly what I do when I consult people on their YouTube channel. Okay, when I consult people on their YouTube channel, I tell them, I go, let's go look at other really top channels in your niche. Let's go look and see what they're doing. What are they doing well? And this goes for anybody else too. Like, it's not, and also it's not just the videos in the brands and content creators in your niche. Look at what the best of the best are doing on your said platform, whether it's LinkedIn, TikTok. I said this to a client recently. I go, you want to perform well with shorts? You want to do better with vertical video? Go to TikTok. You want to do better with Instagram Reels? Go to TikTok. You want to do better with Snapchat Spotlight? Go to TikTok. You want to do better with Instagram Stories? Go to TikTok. TikTok is literally the barometer. It is the metric. It is the yardstick if you want to be successful with any other vertical video platform. I'm dead serious. Go watch some TikToks. Go check out, see what it is about those million, viewed videos and accounts. What are they doing? How are they doing it? How are they creating that experience for the viewer that keeps them coming back and back and back? It's not about copying. No, you don't copy. Incorporate. Maybe you don't do 50 jump cuts like Eric does, but maybe you do one or two in your own style, in your own way. Maybe you do add a little text. Maybe you do add a little motion graphics. Maybe you do add another camera angle. As my man Lewis says, don't upgrade your gear, upgrade your skills. Set to Eat on Amazon says, Tony Robbins has the same ethos. Watch your mentors, find out what makes them successful, and do that. Yep. That's exactly right. Love the way you said that. That's exactly right. So a lot of you guys have heard of Eric. Hey, Nathan, good to see you. Nathan says, can you be my friend? Sure. Welcome to Nez Nation, man. We're all friends. We're all family here. By the way, if you're just tuning in, you're watching Nez Nation Live Office Hours. This is a show that we do every single week where we go live. It's also on our podcast too. So you got to go check out our podcast on Amazon. As a matter of fact, do I have a banner for this? I should have a banner for this. But you are watching Office Hours with yours truly. We go live every single week, every single Sunday. Make sure you click subscribe, hit the bell notification. And also, I would love it if you could become a Nez Nation Insider. Because as I've said before, 1,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,6 times, on these platforms, if you're just building your brand, your business, your content on Instagram or LinkedIn or YouTube or TikTok, you're on rented property. You don't own those platforms. So God forbid if YouTube shuts down tomorrow, God forbid if TikTok and not even that dramatic. Let's say they just switch around their algorithm or they just do, they can do whatever they want. You have no IP. You have no equity. This is how you have equity. So become a Nez Nation Insider. Go to professornez.com/insider. It's a 2-second form. That way, anytime I go and create new content that helps you grow your impact, earn more money, grow faster, stress less, you'll be notified. Make sure you do that. And those of you who are not on Amazon, okay, I get your emails all the time. Nez, what microphone do you use? Nez, what lighting do you use? Nez, what camera do you use? Nez, what tripod do you use? Nez, what software do you use? What streaming service do you use? Go to amazon.com/shop/Professor Nez. I got all your live streaming, podcasting, content creation gear. And by the way, full disclosure, of course, I get a commission from that, but it doesn't cost you an extra thing. It's a win-win for both. You get something that you need, and I get a small percentage. You support the channel. And so, I've got some highlighted products on our Amazon, on our Amazon Live right now. These are all products that are very, very reasonably priced. I wanted to do that on purpose. But also, these are all products and services that I vouch for personally. Good point. I like that. That's a great point. That is a great point right there. I love that. Seti says, if YouTube shut down tomorrow, I get way more work done. Fantastic. That's absolutely true. So yeah. So here's another thing too. I've said this before, and I want to say it again. By the way, we have time for a few more questions. So even if I don't get to your question, please, please, please leave your question in the pinned form, pinned comment. There's a little small 2-second questionnaire form where you can leave your question. Just takes 2 seconds. Please do that. What was I going to say? Another thing too. Another thing that's really, really important as a content creator. I lost my train of thought. I have no idea what I was going to say about that. I don't know. Yeah, you don't want to build on these platforms only. You want to own your IP. That's why I want you to become an insider. And I'm very, very respectful of the inbox. I don't bombard you. I can't believe some of these people I subscribe to that I actually like their content. And I opted into their email newsletter. I can't believe how many emails they sent. They sent out like 5 emails a day. I'm like, dude, I'm done. I'm unsubscribing. It's amazing. It's just craziness. So yeah, make sure you understand the value of building your own IP. IP stands for intellectual property. You want to really, really make sure you do that. So yeah, even if I don't get to your question today in today's stream, in today's stream, leave your question in there anyway, because it's first come, first serve. I will get to it. Okay. I will get to it. So you want to make sure you're here. You want to make sure you're present. You want to make sure you're live. You want to definitely make sure you go check out our #1 rated personal branding podcast on Amazon, on Spotify, on Apple, on Google Podcasts. You want to definitely make sure you subscribe to that, because you can listen to it, listen to all these streams, end up on the podcast. Our interviewing special experts and guests are all on the podcast. You want to definitely go check that out. There's just so much, and I really, really love bringing this to you. And here's another thing too. I know Lewis knows this, because Lewis is actually, Seti did too. Seti actually got the grand prize, $100. Sometimes I do cash giveaways just randomly, just to say how much I love you guys. And we had so much fun in our last cash giveaway. And, we just passed 12,500 subs. And who knows? I think I'm going to do a really, really big one. Maybe I'll do a 13,000 sub cash giveaway. You never know. But you got to be here live. And so make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow. Hit that bell notification, because you never know. You could be included in the cash giveaway. Brian, you won too, I think. Didn't you, Brian? Brian's in the house. Good to see you, Brian. Yeah, I think Brian won too, which was really, really cool. I love that. Any other questions, please leave them in the questionnaire form. Any other questions? Thank you, Seti. I love you too, man. Nez Summit, man. Nez Summit. When all this craziness, and it will come to an end. It will come to an end. Yeah, look at that. Brian got $50 in the cash giveaway. That's pretty cool. It was interesting, because I was thinking, man, maybe I should give away some books, give away some merch. But you know what? Then I thought about what my favorite birthday present is, especially at my age, for crying out loud. Don't get me boxers. Don't get me things you think I'm going to like. Just give me cash. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'll just Venmo. We'll do a little giveaway. We'll do a little wheel. We did the wheel of names. It was suspenseful, drum roll. We did random drawings. It was so awesome. It was so much fun. I'm definitely going to be doing that again. So you got to make sure you're here, because not only are you going to get the best information to help you earn more, grow faster, and stress less, you also have an opportunity to get some serious moolah, some cash. So I can't think of anything that's better than a Nez Nation live stream. I really can't. I mean, it's better. It's the best invention since sliced bread. It really is. But I'm biased. I'm just slightly biased, just a scotch. Hey, Walter, good to see you, man. How are you, sir? Walter has passed 100,000 subs, correct, Walter? Walter is an amazing content creator. And Walter is living proof, y'all. It's all about the content. It has nothing to do with your camera. It's all about upgrading your skills. It's all about upgrading your skills, not your gear. As my man Lewis says, it's all about upgrading your skills. I mean, Walter is living proof that you don't need fancy cameras. You don't need fancy audio. You don't need fancy lights. You don't need thousands and thousands of dollars. Look at that. Congratulations, Walter. Holy macadamia nut. 102,000. Is that right? When did you get that play button yet, Walter? I'm so proud of you, man. That is such good news. I'm so proud of you. And Walter, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to speak for you. Correct me if I'm wrong, Walter, but you basically use your laptop, right? You use no audio plug-in, no USB. You don't even use really lighting. You're using just your webcam on your laptop. But see, Walter's got such powerful content. This is why it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It's all about the substance. It's not the bells and whistles. It's all about the substance. And so, yeah, just really, really proud of you, man. Look at this. It's just insane. It's just insane. Laptop is all. That's all he uses. So proud of you, man. So absolutely proud of you. Okay, set to it. If you throw your email, if you email me at, I'll add you to the list. If you're saying that ConvertKit was reported, let me do this. Oh, man, I've been kind of having some problem. ConvertKit, if you're listening, we need to talk. I mean, we need to talk. Make sure you follow me on Amazon too, set to it. I'm not really happy with ConvertKit, to be honest with you. But if you email me, okay. If you email me at, let me see here. Let me put this in there. If you email me at Nez at professornez.com, I can add you to the newsletter. I'm sorry. So are you saying, said to it, that when you clicked on it, it came up as a blocked account or something like that? I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, if you want me to add you to the list, just go to my email, and that should suffice. Awesome. So proud of you, man. That's insane. That's just absolutely insane. Yeah, Anthony, we're all going to get there. We're all going to get there. And here's the thing that I want to share with you, which is so, so important. We're all going to get there, okay? This is the thing that's so important. You want to get that play button, this is what you need to do. The thing that you need to do. Yeah, Seti, you've been using ConvertKit. So Setuid says comes up as host not found until I remove that block. Okay, thank you. So Seti, yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I want to say this to you, and maybe this would be a great way to kind of end the stream here. And by the way, if you have any questions, leave them in the chat. Leave them in the pinned comment. Leave them in the pinned comment, and I will answer it next week on next week's show. We're all going to get there. Yeah, I haven't sent anything in a while, Anthony. So this is what I mean by respecting your inbox. I don't just blast, emails all the time. So, but you will. If you're on that list, you definitely will. Thank you, Anthony, for signing up to be an insider. This is something that I want to say that is so, so important that you have to understand. Talent is fantastic. If you're a talented individual, if you're a talented content creator, that's terrific. You know what's better than talent? Persistence. I will take persistence over talent any day of the week. And this is true for anything. I mean, a diet plan, a career goal, a financial goal. Maybe you have a long-term goal of buying a home, maybe your first home or what have you. Persistence is greater than talent. If you have talent and you're able to marry that with persistence, you're bulletproof. You are bulletproof. But I'm telling you right now, it's not the most talented that succeed. The most talented are the ones that, exactly what Lewis just said, the most talented ones are the ones who don't give up, who keep going, who are dedicated, committed. I've said this before. I've done everything under the sun. I've done everything under the sun in the professional world, from being a paper boy, working as a sales clerk, telemarketer, bartender, running businesses. I've done it all. I've done it all. Customer service, sales rep, real estate. I've done it all. Okay? Nothing has been harder. Nothing has required more hard work than creating your online business, especially with YouTube. It's the hardest thing I've ever done, and it's worth every bleeding moment. So if you know that going into it, you will have an understanding of perspective, because you need perspective. I'll say it again, and I've said it a million times. Not only is it not a sprint, but it's not a marathon. People say it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. I'm telling you right now, not only is it not a sprint, but I don't think it's a marathon either. It's more like Iron Man. It's an Iron Man. It's a couple of marathons wrapped up into one. And so I'm not saying you can't get success early, fantastic, but you got to put in the work. It takes an average. You want to get that play button? It takes an average channel a year to get 1,000 subscribers. A year, that's average. Only 3% of channels have 10,000 subscribers or more. What does that tell you? Just keep going. Persistence. Most people quit. Everybody wants to be a YouTuber until they actually see how hard it is. Everybody wants to build an online business. Everybody wants to go and do the coconuts and yachts thing and make money online until they realize there's no such thing as passive income. Yes, there's such a thing as passive income, but it's never passive. It takes a ton of work to create and build those systems and processes that afford you those passive revenue streams. So it's very, very important. Very, very huge. Oh, this is powerful. This is powerful. You want to talk about motivation. This is super powerful. I love the way you said this, Anthony. Anthony says, I want to help my mom get her own house again. That's one of my goals with YouTube and content creating. I love it, man. You're doing it. You're doing it, Anthony. You're going to get there. And the beautiful thing is, Anthony, I know you think you're old, but you're not. The beautiful thing is, Anthony, is you're young, man. You got a long way to go. Just keep working. Just keep working. That's all I got to say. So if you're interested at all in learning more, okay, if you're interested at all in going deeper, make sure you hit me up. And I also do coaching and consulting. If you want to grow a YouTube channel, if you want to get help with your career, your LinkedIn, your resume, your brand, you want to get help with your social media marketing, I bring 2 decades of experience to the table, and I run multiple online businesses, and I run multiple YouTube channels that are very successful. So if you need help, email me, nez@professornez.com. I would love to do a quick 5-minute, 10-minute phone call with you. It's free. We can talk about it and, see if we're a good fit and whether you want to work with me or not. So make sure that you hang out with me. Make sure you click subscribe. Make sure you click follow. Make sure that you are, that you're here for, make sure that you understand that we go live every single week. And so I want to see you guys here. Podcast listeners, I want to see you guys here. I would love to see you here. And in the show notes, in the description, there's all sorts of links too, where you can, even go deeper and really fast track your ability to earn more money in this creator economy, to do what you love, to get paid for your creativity, to run your own ship, maybe even just earn a little extra side money, an extra $200 to $500, maybe a month, maybe an extra $1,000. I never, ever, tout get rich quick schemes or coconuts and yachts. My man Rich Graham is in the house. Setuid says, best way to stay motivated and dedicated is to set that goal in mind and focus on it. Buy a house, eliminate debt, fund a nonprofit, triple your business. Love that, Setuid. Great to see you. Great to see you too, Rich. Fantastic. Great to see you as always, Rich. Rich is an awesome member of the Nez Nation family. Remember, by the way, we also, if you're just joining us or you're watching this on the replay or listening to this on the replay, you can still leave your questions in the pinned comment in that small questionnaire form. I will get to it next week. First come, first serve. This is like free coaching, y'all. I mean, I charge thousands of dollars for my coaching services. So, I mean, because I'm the best and I'm worth it. And so, this is like free coaching. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Leave your question in that pinned questionnaire form, and I will get to it next week. And I just want to say, have a happy, awesome Labor Day. I want to say thank you to you. I want to say thank you to the entire Nez Nation family. I love you guys more than you'll ever know. More than you'll ever know. And, oh my God, are we actually going to get a sneeze right before we sign off? We are. I was so close, Lewis. I was so close. Oh my God, we almost made it through the entire stream. We almost made it through the entire stream with no sneeze. Oh my God, Snez Nation in the house. By the way, if you want one of these cool cups, check out the merch shelf there underneath on YouTube. Or if you're interested in getting t-shirts, anything like that, don't forget, we do have our merch shop. Just go to, well, actually, that's not the one I was going to bring up. Go to professornez.com/merch, and you can get those there as well. Yeah, absolutely. This is my church. I love it, Rich. This is your church. You just got to get here earlier, brother. We start at 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, Snez Nation in the house. Yeah. Yeah, definitely got to be careful. Definitely got to be careful with COVID-19. You're absolutely right. Okay, Maximilian on Amazon, you're about to get booted, so just keep this advertiser friendly. Looks like we got a troll on Amazon Live. They have trolls on Amazon Live? Fantastic. I'm just kidding, Maximilian. Welcome. Just keep it chill, okay? Keep it professional. Keep it above the table. No, for some reason, if you don't know what Snez Nation is, for some reason, we actually for some reason, every time I go live, I don't know what it is, but for some reason, I mean, I don't sneeze the entire day. I don't sneeze the entire week. But for some reason, every time I go live, usually it's in the beginning. I almost made it out of here, guys. Usually it's in the very beginning. But every time I go live, I start sneezing. I have no idea why. I just do. And so we almost made it out of here. But maybe that's a good sign. Maybe it's a good luck thing. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't know what it is. So guys, we're gonna sign off here in a second. I just want to say again, thank you so much for being on the show. If you're watching this on the replay, let me know what your thoughts are on LinkedIn Stories. Let me know what your thoughts are on super follows on Twitter. Let me know what your thoughts are on anything. And again, don't forget, there is a pinned questionnaire form in the comments and in the show notes. If you want your question answered live on air, you got to make sure to answer that. And you got to make sure to fill out that questionnaire form. It takes only 2 seconds. It's a trademark. That's right, Lewis. It's totally a trademark. It is. Love you guys to death. You guys absolutely rock. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast too. Just search Professor Nez everywhere on, that's the logo right there. We're on Amazon Music. Love you guys so much. On behalf of the entire Nez Nation family, I am your personal branding coach, Professor Nez, saying thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful Labor Day weekend. And I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much.